All right, so let's talk about the hardest panels of wrapping my M340. Let's get it. All right, so I'm gonna try to actually put these in order by which was actually the hardest to what was the easiest, but let's get it. All right, so number one, and that's gonna be the door handles. The door handles is honestly the hardest part about wrapping the car. Getting it off was pretty easy, but getting it back on was a pain, and it was to the point where I only got one off and didn't even want to wrap them anymore. All right, so number two, and that's gonna be the front bumper. But I did start the front bumper because a lot of people say this is the hardest part of the car to wrap, and I was just like, if I can do this part, then I know I can do the rest of the car. The hardest part was around like the headlight and the grill area. As you can see, this is where I have the most mistakes, to be honest with you. But yeah, this was probably the second hardest. But then again, I started with this, so I can't say if I were to do it again, if it would be as hard as it was initially. And then for number three, I would definitely have to say the roof. But the reason why my roof was so hard is really because I didn't take my fin off. If you take the fin off, it's going to be really easy, but I just wasn't comfortable taking anything off of the car, considering what I went through when I did the door handles. But those are the three hardest parts that I went through when wrapping the car myself. One more thing I would like to add about the front bumper. If you do it completely by yourself like me, you will not be able to put a magnet on your fender because it doesn't stick on this car, but it will for like any other car. So I personally had to take my fenders down, like to get it to hold the vinyl on one side while I pulled the other. But if you have somebody else that'll help you, I would definitely get help for the front bumper.